Hi everyone. What's up guys? Welcome back. So I want to start off by going through the tentative agreement and just seeing what we have in here. Okay? Because I read through it this morning and I read through it yesterday just to kind of, look at it a few times so I could see what we were dealing with. And yeah, let's get into it. First thing first, this is a 42-month agreement that goes all the way back from May 20th, 2023 through November 7th, 2026. Okay. I noticed that the very first thing that they put in this thing right on the very top was the wage increases. So let's look and see what we got. All right. So it says that we would get a 1.3% paid retroactively wage increase, and that would come from November 18th, 2023. We would get another 1.3% paid retroactively, and that would have been from November 23rd, 2024. And then we should be receiving another wage increase of approximately 1.3% November 22nd, 2025. All right, so the next thing that we're going to get into is the COLAs. I see here that, I just like to go ahead and get on up in it. So we're going to start with the first COLA. Will come full of $978 annually effective August 26, 2023. That will be paid retroactively. We have another second COLA coming of a total of $353 annually effective March 9th, 2024, paid retroactively, and a total of $978 for an annually COLA effective September 7th, 2024, paid retroactively, and then so on until we get down to our seventh COLA. They do have some expected general COLAs of how much they think that we will be getting, but that's all to be determined. One of the major things that I seen on here was that they would be eliminating steps AA, Step A, and Step B from Table 2 altogether, and all city carriers in Step AA, A, and B will be advanced to Step C and begin a new 46-week waiting period to be completed before advancing to Step D. Okay? The CCAs will be receiving a 2.3% that will be paid retroactively from November 2023, a 2.3% from November 2024 paid retroactively, and a 2.3% November 2025. Okay. City carrier assistance hourly rates in Table 3 will also be increased by an additional 50 cents per hour. Let's talk about the retroactive back pay. It states that these back pay calculations will include the November 18th, 2023 and November 23rd, 2024 general wage increases, plus the 1% additional increase for CCAs on those dates, and the first three COLAs totaling about $2,300. I wish $23,000. But one thing I did notice was that it said, so the exact pay period in which the back pay will be issued has yet to be determined, but will be reported as soon as confirmed. They're stating that you will be receiving $536 plus an additional $125 for newly eligible carriers, effective in May 21st, 2025, and a total of $549 for plus an additional $128 for newly eligible carriers. So, you get a little bit of bounce, but not very much at all, because the way that these uniforms cost, you're not going to get anything but maybe 3 t-shirts and a pair of pants. Being honest, with that $500 and something plus the $125, you're just not gonna get much. City carrier assistance conversion to career status. It doesn't look like you're going to be getting that CCA's, removal altogether. It looks like you're going to be converted to PTF under the provisions of Article 7.1C1 and Article 7.1C2. Okay, pretty much how it was before. So, yeah. One thing that I did notice on here was that they added holiday carrier assistance, and it allows the proposed modification would extend the employment period for 4 weeks to 6 weeks. So that way you can cover, all these different holidays and provide a 2-week window prior to employment solely for the purpose of training. So, that could possibly help, maybe. For the carrier technician assignments, in certain test sites, management will create temporary full-time carrier technician assignments, which will combine full-time routes from up to 3 installations to fulfill the full-time route requirement. The intent of this test is to improve staffing situations in these smaller offices while creating additional full-time assignments. I think that could actually be beneficial. One of the major things that I see in here is that now you have the ability to, if you don't want to work over your 11 and a half, you can just clock out and go home. Are you ready for that? Because that's definitely something that should have been happening a long time ago. Now, for the people on the overtime list, they no longer have to worry about having to file that 12 and 60 stating that they went over a certain amount of time. It will automatically be applied to their work hours. Okay. The work assignment will be able to come in and work on their days off, their scheduled days off if they want to. I've had some carriers in my office that have had issues with this and would have loved to come in on their days off as a work assignment, but have not been able to. So this actually could, help a few people out. So I did notice that they are wanting to do a new employee experience retention and mentoring program. I think this could be very helpful. I did like how they are trying to make sure that the CCAs and the PTFs at least get 1 non-scheduled day a week. Of course, that is except during the penalty overtime exclusion period. So don't expect it then. But anytime other than that, you will at least get at least 1 day off a week. Now the biggest thing that I do like about this is because of the safety issues is, you are now limited to CCAs and PTFs are now limited to that 11 and a half hours. You don't want to get burnt out. So this is a good clause right here. Newly brought on carriers will be given a mentor program and they will be able to have a satchel. They'll be able to come in and work and not be overworked within those first few months. And then yes, they'll actually have somebody there to actually continue to mentor them for a little bit of time. So that's a really good thing. All right. So as I previously stated, PTFs and CCAs will now be guaranteed at least 1 minimum off day a week. And management will notify the PTF and the CCA employees of their assigned non-scheduled day by the Wednesday preceding the service week. With the monetization MOU, they are stating that carriers will be allowed to sell back up to 40 hours of annual leave prior to the beginning of the year if they are at the carryover maximum and they have used fewer than 75 sick leave hours in a year. All right, guys, so go ahead and start looking for part 2 because we are going to continue with this tentative agreement. See you guys soon.